Welcome to Living Life, the show that allows you to pursue things that make you happy, curious, and keep you open-minded. This is Living Life on the Empty the Bench Podcast Network.
Welcome to episode 3 of Living Life on the Empty the Bench Podcast Network. I'm Tony Montuori Jr., and I'd like to welcome you to the first episode of Home Design Concepts. As an interior designer, clients call me out to their home to help them put together the needs and wants of their home. A lot of times it's very daunting and it can be very overwhelming, but I simplify it and make it very easy for you. Some of the first questions I'll ask is how important is the style, the comfort, or the amount of money that you're going to spend to furnish your room? People put those items in different orders. A lot of times it's all about comfort and people don't care what it costs. Sometimes it's all about money, and then comfort and style can follow. Usually it's a combination. Nobody will put anyone so drastically out there, but I do stage Airbnb rentals, and a lot of times it is about the amount of money you're going to spend. Today, we're going to show you a monochromatic looking home. Monochromatic, using one color to keep it very simple and elegant, with maybe just a little accent color, monochromatic. There are many different styles that go into the designs that I use. So we have contemporary, we have traditional, we have transitional, we have farmhouse, we have country, we have industrial, we have mid-century modern, which is very popular here in the Palm Springs area. So all of those styles sound like, well, what are they? Well, contemporary is using very clean lines, very sleek lines, straight arms on a sofa. Traditional, you can have more of a floral print or you can have a skirt on a sofa. It's going to be a more plush. You're going to use darker woods, more carving on the woods for traditional. Transitional is very similar to contemporary, but you might have a little traditional mixed in. So I know that sounds confusing because you don't really know the words, but I do help to make it much easier. Farmhouse, you can have pine wood and different textures of woods, very earthy tones. Then industrial uses a lot of metal, very stark. They'll use glass. Very interesting to do an industrial look. Then these styles can blend together. Some people even mix the styles together. The monochromatic look I'm going to show you in the home today is very simplified. We're going to show you a great room that has a living room, kitchen, and a dining room, the master bedroom, and then surprisingly enough, the guest bathroom, which is also monochromatic, but surprisingly dark and still has that same theme going throughout. It can be very hard, but I try to simplify it. If you think of a puzzle that you have maybe the outside of the puzzle, the frame done, I'm helping you finish the puzzle off, putting those last pieces in so that you can coordinate it and make it your home. And that's exactly it. It's your home, not my home. I'm here to guide you. I'm here to tell you, okay, we can make that happen. We can't make this happen. But together, I listen to you. And that is the most important part of an interior designer, is listening, understanding what you want and giving it back to you. So make sure to follow Living Life on Twitter and Facebook at Living Life ETB for all pictures and behind the scenes actions from Home Design Concepts. So enjoy these next 3 videos of this monochromatic home, and I look forward to following me in the future weeks where different design aspects will be shown. We'll even try hanging some pictures to make it easier for you. Any tip that could make it easier for you to decorate your home, that's why I'm here. And I'm Tony Montuori Jr. You're listening to Living Life Home Design Concepts on the Empty the Bench podcast network. Make sure to listen to Sweets, Treats, and Eats with Howie Morgeson and Organize and Thrive with Camille Prunka. The Empty the Bench podcast is growing very rapidly, and many different subjects will be discussed in the future. I hope you enjoy the next part of our video, which shows the master bedroom, bathroom, and our guest bathroom, continuing with the monochromatic looks. We've spoken about many styles: contemporary, traditional, transitional, modern. This transitional home has beautiful, lush gardens. Inside, we're going to discuss the monochromatic look that the homeowner has achieved in keeping that softness and openness, which is what they really wanted. Let's go in and take a look. The entry here starts out beautifully with that monochromatic look. It has a Zen-like sculpture hanging on the wall, stepping stones, simple bamboo sticks, and black on gray tones, keeping it all in a one-color palette, which is what the monochromatic color is. You can sit here in the morning, enjoy a cup of coffee, and see a beautiful mountain view. Let's go inside. Entering this home, you can see the openness of seeing right from the front to the back. And right away, you get that feeling of soft monochromatic gray on white color, which gives the ambiance of this home. The white walls enhance the openness that the homeowner wanted to achieve. Inside, they've used subtle artwork to accent out the palette of this home. These, for instance, are fence posts actually, that were petrified and then stained silver and then shadow boxed. And there's a pair of them framing out the homeowner's home office. Simple sculptures on the right side of the home keep the flow going through the home. As we enter the great room, which is consistent of the beautiful kitchen, dining, and living room, you'll see the use of the monochromatic colors with subtle touches of accent colors to just give a pop. Let's start in the living room. Here, the homeowners have a rather large sectional for plenty of seating. Texture always plays a part when you are accenting out a room. On the wall, for instance, are furring strips. These furring strips are very simple for anyone to put up, and it adds a texture. The furring strips are cut to the length of the wall. Then they're separated in equal distance from floor to ceiling. And then the wall is painted a subtle accent gray color, like the draperies, to give a little bit of depth to the room. This contrast and texture makes a boring room come to life. Inside, the sectional itself has a very straight arm. This adds to the subtleness and softness the homeowner wanted to achieve. Accent pillows in gray and white, all help to achieve that monochromatic look. As you can see, the home flows consistently through. Now, it's important when you are decorating to add different textures. For instance, a close-up of the sofa fabric is a textured tweed. In contrast, we've done 2 leather chairs. These chairs add a nice softness to this room. Again, on the end table, you can see an accent color of the aqua, as well as the fact that the lamp does not stand out too boldly and is still in that monochromatic feeling. Again, accent pillows were used to soften the chair and bring the room together. Gray furniture is a wonderful accent in this home and it's very rich looking. Again, subtle accessories help to tie in the theme of where we want to be. This has an aqua accent bowl with balls. A lot of these can be bought at Home Goods, and if not, Interior Concepts can help you decorate your home. Going over to our dining room, you'll notice the same gray accent furniture and white on gray area rug, which adds a softness and yet monochromatic look to this home. It is not boring when we say monochromatic. It definitely has a lot of life to it. It's just a matter of how the accessories are placed and the accessories you use to help coordinate the look. Here, very simple lined table in gray, which has a beautiful ebony inlay, helps to add a lot of elegantness to this dining room with the upholstered chairs to sit on. The chandeliers are not your traditional look. They bring out a little bit of darkness to match the framing of the picture in the room, and yet have an elegance to them with a star motif inside in metal. Here the aqua color plays up very nicely in the artwork for this dining room. The candles are subtle and the plate also adds to the aqua color. The server here has a Carrara marble top. Carrara marble top is very forgiving for serving. It also can have hot pieces on it if you want to put food out during, say, Thanksgiving. Remember, natural stone surfaces can hold the heat, and it's important to incorporate them into the look, as well as having draperies and plants which add oxygen to your room. Here, the draperies are hung higher than the window to give the room a feeling of loftiness and height. Sometimes we hang draperies at the same level of the window, and that can shorten a room or make it look squatty. Again, you can see the flow of the dining room to the living room. And there is a lot of furniture in this home, but yet it is very spacious and comfortable. The floors themselves look like wood floors, but they actually are tile, which are very durable. A porcelain tile can hold up to heat or cold and are very easy to wash. Again, a simple wall having 3 bowls hung on them can add a nice 3-dimensional texture. I'll show you from the side how that sits in the room off the wall. Coming around to our kitchen, the monochromatic look with accents of aqua are carried through. It's a very open feeling and spacious, yet there is plenty of storage. The backsplash itself is a gray on white marble contemporary round circle mosaic pattern. It really helps to set off the solid gray cabinets in this home, keeping things very simple and organized. Let's take a look at the master bedroom and see how they coordinated the space together.
You're watching Living Life Home Design Concepts as brought to you by the Empty the Bench Podcast Network. If you're interested in finding more shows about sports, news and entertainment, and pop culture, you should check out our fresh voices and a fresh perspective by checking out our other shows. You can find us on Facebook and Twitter at ETB Network. Again, both Facebook and Twitter at ETB Network. The Empty the Bench Podcast Network. We're more than just sports.
As we enter the master bedroom, this alcove, which separates the dining room kitchen from the master bedroom area, has oil barrel covers that have been covered in metallic silver. They hung at different heights or depths off the wall and add that texture we're talking about. A lot of times we tend to overdo our artwork and have art everywhere, which then we become looking like a gallery. Here, next to the dining room, which has a beautiful picture, we then put a sculpture so that together it doesn't become this art gallery. Now let's go into the master bedroom. Again, art comes in many different styles. Here, the homeowner has used a torn paper, which is actually bark, and then it's made into thin paper and then applied in a pattern to give a very interesting shadow box look to art. Art being not just a painting, as we just discussed. So we enter the master bedroom, and right away you get the feeling of luxury with the oversized lamps, the chests with the king-size bed. These particular Bombay chests are linen wrapped and then lacquered for durability. The large square handle helps to enhance the largeness of the chest. Putting a rather large lamp on top of that helps to balance out the weight. Simple accessory on the Bombay chest helps to organize and make it look full. Again, the use of draperies hung higher helped to enhance the height of this bedroom. And what is a bedroom without a comfortable chair to sit in? A chair where you could tie your shoe or just sit, take a quiet phone call away from everyone else. The matching credenza grounds the TV. So often, TVs are put on top of dressers, and not only do they use up space, but they take up space. When you're in bed, you're all snuggled under the covers. Well, your feet are in the way, so it's important to have your TV higher so that you can actually enjoy it. But please, Don't have any wires hanging down from the TV. Have an electrician come in, put an outlet in the wall, and put the wires through the wall so that it looks nice and clean, as this does. Again, the linen wrapped dresser coordinates the look of the room and keeps it simplified. Plenty of storage here. The windows open up the outside to the inside and keep it bright and cheery. On this side of the nightstand, we have decorated with the same lamp and done what is known as a heaven, man, and earth decorating. That's where you decorate in threes. Odd numbers tend to look better when you're putting things together. And height-wise, you don't necessarily want everything at the same height. So here the lamp is the heaven, the candlesticks on the left are man, and the plant is earth. So we have heaven, man, and earth, and it gives us a nice flow down so that everything doesn't look crowded. Again, keeping in the monochromatic tones of this room and home, the artwork are metal sculptures of leaves that have been shadow boxed. Instead of hanging them straight right next to each other on the wall, we've staggered them so that we could give more of a texture and feeling of height in the room. The pictures themselves are matted very interestingly. You can see sort of a bark texture in the mat, and you can see the ripple effect in the metal sculptures themselves. Pillows. What would a bed be without pillows? But again, there are a lot of pillows here, but it's in a monochromatic look. So we have the 3 back Euro shams, which match the duvet cover. And then we have accent king shams in a gray and accent pillows. Subtle textures working together. A little bit of fur. And you just want to snuggle into that bed and take a nice nap. Let's see how they coordinated the master bathroom with the whole look of this home. Here, keeping it soft in the same monochromatic tones, and I'll just flip around so you can see the whole room. They replaced the wall-to-wall mirrors with mirrors that are freestanding. Here, a beautiful textured mirror with a stepping stone kind of look helps to keep the monochromatic look and the Zen kind of feeling that the homeowner wanted. The gray cabinets are very soft and just an accent of a greenery in the corner in a beautiful gray and white hand-blown vase can help to coordinate that look. Matching mirror on this side coordinates again the look of the home. But what's really interesting here is the wallpaper. It's very subtle. It has a tree-like texture to it, but it's tone on tone. And here, the off-white keeps the same consistency of the home, but brings more texture and depth to this home. Now, I want to point out something very interesting, and that's the ceiling. Here we've painted the ceiling a gray color. A lot of people are afraid that dark colors on ceilings will bring down the room, make it too short feeling. But as you can see in this spacious master bathroom, there is plenty of space and airiness between the windows and the light wallpaper with the texture. Even the small commode room has a very interesting piece of art that helps to make the room look taller and brighter. Again, here's a close-up of that wallpaper so you can see the texture of it. We've spoken a lot about monochromatic looks with accent colors of aqua. Next week, we'll discuss a different type of accents. I hope you've enjoyed the look of this home. And I hope to share more homes with you in the future.
Hey there, I'm Howie Morgeson on Living Life, Sweets, Treats, and Eats on the Empty the Bench podcast network. It's all about food and food for the family, tradition, and holidays. We'll show you how to make simple foods where you can share with family and friends. So join us on the podcast. To find out more about the ETV network, you can find us on social media and Twitter and Facebook on @ETV Network, where you'll find information about pop culture, sports, entertainment, food, and much more. So I look forward to seeing you on the next Sweets, Treats, and Eats. Thank you.
Our guest bathroom here continues with the same monochromatic theme of this home. Dark blue subway tile with contrasting white grout is accented with dark blue and white draperies. The wallpaper is a crinkled wallpaper in a dark blue background with slight white branches coming through. The silver mirror accents out the brushed nickel handles of the commode. The area rug carries out the same theme. Simple white and blue towels are a nice accent. And we kept the pictures very black and white to be neutral with our blue themed bathroom. It's not boring at all, and yet it's in that monochromatic theme, which is very simplistic and elegant. I hope you enjoyed these 3 videos of this monochromatic home. It can be very exciting and very simple. It is not hard decorating. You make it hard. Simplify your thoughts. Let me help you, and together we can make your home look beautiful. You know, a lot of people call it a house, but it's not a house, it's a home. And when we decorate it and put those fine pieces in, that's when it becomes a home. That's when it takes on your style. So remember, make sure to follow Living Life on Twitter and Facebook at Living Life ETB for all pictures and behind-the-scenes actions from home design concepts. I'm Tony Montuori Jr., and you can always reach out to me at interiorconcepts30@yahoo.com. I can help you with all your questions, and I look forward to seeing you next week.